Time now for Kara's Cures. Protecting your sparkly whites is so important, especially when you are a kid playing sports.
Yes, but local dentist and mom Mitra Babakoff is here because she wants to talk more about why a lot of our kids should be wearing mouth guards in other sports, and also what to do if a mouth injury happens. Thank you so much for being here, Mitra.
Thank you so much for having me.
I got to ask a question. You are a pediatric dentist, right?
Yes.
At what age do the kids start getting their second teeth in, or their full teeth set?
Usually by around age 6, give or take.
Is it that young?
Yes.
Okay.
They're permanent teeth.
They're permanent
yes.
teeth?
Yes.
So if there's a problem with the teeth getting knocked out and they don't have their permanent teeth yet, is it as big a deal as it is with their...
Not as big of a deal.
But still a big deal.
Yes, but when it's the permanent teeth, time is really of the essence. In sports injuries, any injury really, it's important to contact the dentist, and the prognosis of the tooth will really depend on how long the tooth is out of the mouth.
Wait, so do we save the tooth and go running to you?
Yes.
You can put it back in sometimes?
Yes, save the tooth. Ideally, we want to keep it from drying out. So either, if they have save-a-tooth, that's great, like some sort of solution. Milk is also great. And last but not least, just keeping it in saliva in your mouth is the last option to just make sure the tooth is not dried out.
Okay, so literally put it in a little cup of milk or something. And there's something called Save-A-Tooth? We should have that on hand?
Yes, a lot of sports facilities and coaches and teams have that.
Really?
Yes.
Save-A-Tooth.
Yes.
What's the most prominent sport where you're seeing the most amount of injuries? Is it hockey?
I personally have seen a lot in baseball.
In baseball?
Yes, because certain sports like hockey, ice hockey, field hockey, football, lacrosse, mouth guards are mandatory.
They are.
So we don't tend to see the injuries as much in those sports, but other sports like baseball, softball, soccer, basketball, those are big ones that we see a lot of dental injuries.
Now, because you are a local dentist, I've been there with you, sidelines, watching our kids play different sports.
Yes.
And, you've said this to me for a long time, that really, I see how aggressive they are in basketball, and there's no even thought of a mouth guard. But yet, from a dentist perspective, our kids should be wearing mouth guards in sports like basketball.
Yes, so a lot of those sports you just mentioned, it's unfortunately the culture needs to change. We as dentists need to really educate the players, their families, the coaches. A lot of times they just don't understand the benefits of this protective equipment. Can really help not only reduce dental injuries, but also can help reduce, lessen the blow to, if you get hit in the jaw, can help reduce concussions as well.
That's incredible.
Yes,
wow.
yes.
So if you're wearing a mouth guard, you're going to be less likely to have a concussion.
If you get hit in the jaw, it can actually redistribute the shock and lessen the blow, and so that those forces don't go to the skull.
What are these mouth guards made of?
So there are different kinds, 3 main kinds. The first one is a custom mouth guard, and that's one that we make in the office, and those are the best fitting. They're more accurate. I have a 3D intraoral scanner in my office, so there are no messy impressions, but those are great because they're quick, they mold to the teeth, they fit well. The second kind is a semi-custom one, and those are more known as the boil and bite.
Yes.
That you can, you heat up the material and you can form it to the teeth with your fingers or your mouth. And then the third kind is a stock one. Unfortunately, those are not the best fitting, but it's still a better option than not wearing one. Those are great if you have braces or other dental appliances. You can kind of just clench down on those.
And are any of these over the counter, or they have to be?
Yes. So the custom one is in the office, but the other 2 you can find in sporting goods stores. You can order them online, and it's the great thing about the semi-custom ones. They're great for kids that are still losing teeth. So if your teeth are changing, your bite is constantly changing, that could be a better option in the interim until you're old enough to have a custom, more permanent one.
Well, right, and then the issue is, if any of us have had braces, cost-wise, but also if you have a kid who's gotten their braces off and see how they lose retainers.
Yes.
But so if we want it, I know you have an office right in Farmington.
Yes.
Do most dentists have something like that? Can you go get a custom one if you have a kid who's playing a lot of sports?
Yes, so either you can make take an impression, and most offices do it that way. The newer way is through the intraoral scanners. Digitally take the impressions for just a better fit. And it's also great because if your kid is someone who's losing their retainers, we have the history of it. We don't have to keep having them come in the office. We can just make
you can just give another one. Okay.
And as a dentist, you like to leave a favorable impression. Is that right?
Yes.
So let me ask you, I mean, mom of 3, and I know you've got boys and girls. Is there any trend you're seeing that you want moms to be aware of for boys or girls, where you're seeing like the most, the biggest pain point, the most danger right now?
Not really between, you know, the genders, but just as a whole, I think we really are trying to really educate and influence and change the culture so that these kids are really wearing mouth guards.
Yeah, you only get one set.
Like, what are you seeing? Are you seeing kids come in and their teeth are knocked out?
Yes, I see not so much knocked out, but a lot of teeth that are just bumped around, intruded, luxated, so many things that could be prevented. And you know, it's just unfortunate that the culture is not there. People are not really realizing the importance of
How long does it take to get a custom mouth guard made?
You know, in my office, when we take the impression, normally it's like a 2 to 3 day turnaround time.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
Yeah, some could be even quicker. Some places they make them in the office. So it's, you know, there's no excuse.
Okay.
So even if we're not like one of your patients, but we want to get a custom-made mouth guard so that your kid doesn't complain.
Yes.
I mean, I have one who says, "Oh, it hurts. I don't like it."
Yes.
And they, you know, they're constantly putting it in their pocket till they get caught, because they don't like how it feels.
Yes,
so
that's why the custom ones are great, because they fit better. My kids have had both, and they will routinely wear the custom one. The other ones, they just don't fit as well. They're better than not wearing one, but they're not the most accurate fit.
Okay.
So absolutely.
Well, make sure you're wearing a mouth guard.
Yeah, that's really
We're going to talk a
incredible.
little bit more on Kara's Cures. I really want to know how you also are going to make the kids, when the ref says you don't have to wear it, how do you make your kid wear it? Because you're right, a lot of sports are not requiring it, so we have to get into that. But Dr. Mitra Babakoff, you can visit that right there, Mitra Babakoff, and she's visit mitrakabakoffdds.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much. All right, coming up tomorrow on Great Day Connect.